What's up, you guys? Welcome to my channel. As you see, I'm gonna do a little smoke sesh story time. My first time smoking. It's my first video on my channel, so I'm like, why not do a first time smoking? Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Comment video ideas, like topics for me to do for smoke sesh on this channel, and like the video and subscribe. Okay, so boom. If you didn't know, I used to live in Ohio too before I moved here. Before I moved to Georgia, I lived in Ohio. So we went there middle school, so 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. So 7th grade, I'm trying to think, is this before I got kicked out? It's not even a bad thing of us getting kicked out. We didn't live in district like ever anywhere. So they ended up telling us that we had to go to school until we had an address in the district of the school we lived in. I mean, we lived in district first, but then we ended up moving, and I think somebody from the school ended up moving in the old house that we were in. So they were like, where do you live? We ended up having to switch schools. But anyways, before I went to a new school, which was in 7th grade, I'm trying not to let the camera get smoky. Okay, so 7th grade. Okay, so the angle probably changed because I just had to go do some of my storage. Cause bro, I just bought new storage again, and it's saying that my freaking storage is gonna go out. Okay, so boom, where was I at? I'm not sure how that whole day went, but I'm gonna just start at gym class because that's where it was. I think it was like a Friday. We was having a free day, or whenever we had free days. Like sometimes our gym coaches would be like, we're not doing nothing today. Y'all can go do what you want. We're having a free day or whatever. I think it's called free day. It was 2 girls I was with. But first, let me tell y'all. So I was just in the gym. We was in the gym or whatever. So then I realized they disappeared. So I don't really remember what I went to the locker room for. And I seen that they was in there. So I'm gonna call them. I'm gonna just use their initials with a different name. So I'm gonna use one name is Matilda, and then the other one is Caitlin. So Matilda and Caitlin, they was in the locker room. So when I went in there, I seen that they was sitting on the floor, like across from each other, but they was behind the last lockers. So it was like when you walk in, you can't see them because it was like locker thing, and then another one in the middle, and then one behind. So there's one behind, like where all the bathroom stalls and stuff at. It was like on the right or on the left when you walk in, but I was sitting like facing this way, so it was like on bathrooms on the right. So I had just sat down. I'm like, what you guys doing? Caitlin had this lighter. It was like the bottom of a man, and it had a thing on it and 2 eyes.
What the fuck?
I didn't know that they made like different type of lighters like that. So I'm like, where'd you get this from? She got it from her grandma. Okay, so Matilda. So the middle school we were at is the elementary on the side. It's like connected, and then you walk down a little bit, and then the high school is down there. So Matilda, she had an older brother that went to high school. So I'm like, she probably got the weed from her brother, and she used to always hang out with a whole bunch of high schools because of her brother. So I'm like, Matilda had the weed, Caitlin had the lighter, or it was the other way around. I don't really know, but I was just assuming that Matilda got the weed from her brother because he was in high school or whatever. But they was all plugged in with the high school. Ever since I learned how to ghost, which was like 2 years ago, that's all I seen me do. I don't ever do no tricks no more. But my first trick I ever learned was, I forgot what it's called. Let me know if y'all know what this is called. That was the first trick I ever learned. I forgot what. They actually had like a blunt. Like I don't even know what it was rolled in. I don't know. Like I don't remember what it was rolled in. But I seen they was smoking, but they was hitting the blunt, whatever. Hitting the blunt or whatever. So they're like, you wanna try? I took the blunt. It showed they ass how to smoke. So no. I hit the blunt. and I immediately start fucking coughing. They're like, go get some water. I'm like, you just must do this on a regular. Talk about some, go get some water. So I get some water out the bathroom sink, and I only hit it one time. Fucking locker room smells like weed, but we're not even thinking of it like that. So we just go back out there like nothing fucking happened. But it was a minute. We didn't go out there right after I hit it, but you know, we went back out there. So it's in this school. I don't know. I know like a lot of schools in Georgia, they have 7 classes too. But in Ohio, we had 6 classes. So, what the fuck class was I in? I'm trying to think what period class I was in. I think I was either in 5th or 6th. 5th or 6th period. So, one of the girls, I'm gonna name her Sam, because her name starts with S too. I'm gonna name her Sam, and she was a twin, but they were fraternal. Yeah, they were fraternal twins. So I'm gonna name her Sam. We were cool and everything. Like, she didn't even know that I was in the locker room. So when she fucking went in the locker room for like her next period, so whatever period she went in there, she ended up telling like the coach, like, it smells like weed in the locker room. I just know in my fucking class, whatever class I was in, I heard the beep. I get called onto the fucking office. Principal was black. I think she was the head principal and our assistant principal was white, or it was like the other way around. I get called to her office, bro. As soon as I walk in the office, it's like a room all the way to the back. I see Matilda sit at the table. This bitch is bawling, crying. I'm like, what the fuck? Then I hear Caitlin in another office. She was like talking. I think she was crying too. But I know for a fact Matilda, she was crying because she was like, I'm a straight A, B, and C student. Like, like basically saying she didn't do it. So I'm in the principal's office, and she's like telling me everything that happened. So I'm like, what? I'm like, I don't smoke. Like, what? Like, no. She's like, so you weren't in there smoking? I'm like, no. Like, what do I look like? I'm like, I'm in 8th grade. What do I look like smoking? Like, that is not me. So, I know that we ended up having a conversation for a minute. Like, I was sitting there, but I knew that I wasn't gonna get in trouble because she believed me. So I ended up going back to class, but I think I ended up going back to class like right before the bell rang for the end of the day. So I got to go back to class to get my stuff. So I ended up getting to go back to class so I can get my stuff before the bell rang. So it was like the next day, because I'm not sure if this was like a Thursday or a Friday, so it was like whatever day we went back to school. I didn't see Matilda or I didn't see Caitlin. So then like word goes around the school that Caitlin got expelled. So I'm like, what? She got fucking expelled, like kicked out of the school, had to go to a different school. And Matilda had ISS. It was ISR. It's ISS like down south, but up north is like ISR, which is in school recess usually. So I know that I'm like, well shit, I didn't even fucking get in trouble. I ended up having ISR because you get like ISR for like a certain amount of tardies that you get, bad shit, like a whole bunch of other stuff you can get ISR for. So I think I ended up getting ISR for like tardies and stuff because we were like sometimes really late, like all our school. Well, not all our school. Sometimes we end up late because we were just taking too long. Same thing with like high school and stuff. So I ended up getting ISR for like tardies or something, and then I seen Matilda in the other room. So it's a room with a whole bunch of desks. That's the ISR room, but it's a door like connected to another room. She was in there, and I forgot what the fuck it's called. If I remember what it's called, I'll put it in here. But yeah, she was in like, I was like, no, they didn't give me anything. Like, I don't know, like, what the fuck is going on? Like, they didn't give me shit. But the girl, Sam, she didn't know that I was in there, so she really had just said them. So really, those bitches said my name. But so I'm like, she's like, yeah, I got 3 months in here. I'm like, bitch, you got jail time. Ow, DUI time. But actually, I think DUI is like 6 months. And then Caitlyn, shit, y'all almost, I just really name dropped like fuck. If you know me, I don't know why I'm whispering. Both these bitches down the motherfucking road. But not too long after that, somebody, when we moved, because we ended up moving, we were there since we were in 6th grade, so we're like, we're moving, because the neighborhood was getting weird. Like, it was getting weird. It was like straight blackouts, like in the fucking neighborhood, like pitch the fuck black outside. I know some of our friends, is one night when it was blackout, they was just outside. They was lit as fuck. We wanted to go out there so bad. Parents wouldn't let us go out there. One guy down the street said he saw somebody trying to break in our car one time. It was breaking, like people breaking in the cars. It was so many bandos in that bitch, like motherfuckers was in bandos, like, you know how you is, like turning up in motherfucking bando. Not getting bando, turning up in bando. If I can hit this and ghost it, you have to like and subscribe to me, okay? Go ahead and hit the button. Right in time that my storage is acting fucking retarded, I'm actually about to just go buy some more because Apple is getting on my nerves. Like, for real, I'm about to get a Samsung. Done with the scene. I'm about to roll me up another blunt so I can watch Netflix. I found a new show. I actually went to sleep on it earlier, so you know the episode will be playing out. But I want to start back from episode 1. And ow, my leg is fucking sleep.